Hi, I'm Alex West. I'm the founder and CEO of ArtCloud. I'd like to first start by thanking you guys for taking your time today to watch our release of the SiteBuilder 3.0. What we're going to walk through today is more than just some incremental improvements to our SiteBuilder product. This represents a fundamental rewrite and kind of reimagination of what a site builder should be. It's a culmination of years and years of work and iterations and R&D from our entire team, and to be able to share that with you guys today uh, it's just incredible. And so we're very, very excited to share our progress with you. For those of you who don't know much about ArtCloud, we were founded 3 years ago uh, with a mission of building technical tools that empower the art world to build better businesses. We started off as a gallery management platform. We later on layered in website integrations, eventually a site builder product, and also a marketplace so that our customers can be exposed to a global audience of art collectors. In our past 10 years, we have a history of innovation. We're the first and only arts platform to have an integrated marketplace. We're the first platform to launch a sales pipeline with our opportunity tracker, which we launched in 2019. And we're the only platform to support Google and Office 365 email integration. This is the last one's a subtle integration and value prop, but it's highly impactful. By integrating to Google or Office 365 for email, not only can all of your emails sent from the platform, like tear sheets and price lists, not only can all those emails be logged in your internal CRM tool, but they're also properly sent from your email address. So they actually will show up in your sent inbox. Um, and It will also help in just improving deliverability. Uh, in addition, over the past 10 years, we have a history of results. We've launched over 200 websites for the art industry. Those websites garnish over 100,000 unique impressions per week. So those are like unique eyeballs on these websites. And in 2021, we facilitated over $340 million in art sales. And this slide is one that I'm just incredibly proud of. The whole team at ArtCloud just puts a tremendous amount of energy and passion into our product and into our customers and enabling their success, and to be able to kind of see these lag metrics or these kind of like vanity metrics, for lack of a better word, is incredibly powerful, because it shows that all the work is really contributing to real value for our customers. What we're going to walk through today is our next step of innovation in the industry. And like I said earlier, the SiteBuilder 3 is more than just an incremental improvement to our SiteBuilder product. We are really inverting the control of how website formatting is done into your hands. And so historically speaking, galleries and artists would have to work with templates or kind of traditional site builders. And as you start integrating your own inventory, a lot of the kind of polish of those templates fall apart. And we'll kind of walk through some of that and how the SiteBuilder 3.0 solves this problem. Before we get into those specifics, I want to talk a little bit about some history and some context of what expectations are on your website. So now, in this day and age, collectors expect an incredibly high amount from your website. They expect that your website is easy to find, easy to search, and inquire on specific works. They expect prompt load times and responsive design, and they're almost expecting the same from you that they expect from Airbnb or Amazon. And for an industry where most art businesses are staffed with 2 to 4 people, this is an incredibly hard expectation to meet. When art businesses are looking at solutions for building their art website, there's kind of 3 buckets that they can choose from in terms of strategies to build and maintain that site. The first is a generic solution, something like Squarespace or Shopify or Wix. The second would be custom development, so working with a designer and developer to build out a custom tool that's integrated into their platform. And then the third bucket or strategy for building a great art website would be using industry tools like ArtCloud or Art Galleria or ArtLogic. Each one of these vehicles have its pluses and minuses, which we're going to walk through in detail in a second. But the idea is that you're always compromising in one aspect, and we'll walk through how we believe that the SiteBuilder 3 alleviates you from any of those cons and really empowers you to build a website that has the best of all your options. So first, when evaluating generic solutions, things like Squarespace or Shopify, these tools are incredible in that it is very easy to quickly and cheaply and effectively build out a beautiful website, something that fits your brand, that is highly customizable in the design and look and usability. The problem is that these oftentimes lack integrations to your art management platform, so to your actual inventory system or to your CRM. And so over time, they become incredibly expensive to maintain as you get new inventory from an artist, or as works sell, or as collectors inquire about works. Maintaining the inventory, the exhibitions, the CRM functionality between your management platform and your website become incredibly expensive in human capital. The next kind of bucket or strategy that galleries have when looking to build a new website is develop a custom solution. This is incredibly expensive, both on the front end and on the maintenance, in that you have to work with a designer, you have to work with a developer, you have to QA the site, and to build these and go back and forth and iterate takes a ton of time, and also is incredibly expensive. It's not uncommon to hear that custom sites can be $10, $20, or $30,000 and take 3, 4, 5, 6 months to get right and launched. And even once they are launched, maintaining them over time as SEO algorithms change, or as you need updates to content, these are often incredibly expensive because you're paying developers to make those updates over time. It's just too much work. The last big bucket here is to use an industry-specific tool, something like ArtCloud or ArtLogic or ArtGalleria, to build a website that's mostly built off of a template, but has a lot of value to it. It's easy to build these out because they're based on a template. So you're just adding your data to that, and it's because it's integrated to your platform. There's a lot of integrations which make it easy to maintain over time. The problem is that these are oftentimes based on templates, and so every gallery website starts to look the exact same. Our sales team even has a joke where they know immediately what platform a management system is using just by looking at the homepage, because they all look the same. And so you're always kind of playing this game of a drawback of, do I want a site that looks like everyone else's but it's easy to build and maintain, or do I want to go with something that's unique and fits my brand but is incredibly expensive? And it's historically, you've always had to make that trade-off. So if you make kind of like a business 101 graph here, where the x-axis is ease of maintenance over time, so how highly integrated is it, and the y-axis is how visually interesting is it, so it's beautiful and unique at the top and templated and boring in the bottom. You get a graph that looks something like this. So in your top quadrant here, you have your generic solutions, your Wix, your Squarespace, your Shopify. In the bottom left, you have your kind of legacy players where they haven't reinvested in the technology, so you're getting a templated site, and the platform's kind of cumbersome to use, so it's kind of worst of everything. And then in the bottom right, you have up until now all of your industry leading tools, ArtGalleria, ArtLogic, Art Systems. These easy to maintain because they're highly integrated, but they're oftentimes templated and boring websites. The quadrant in the upper right has kind of been the holy grail. Like, how do you have a site where you have complete control over the look and feel of all the formatting, but it's without losing your integration to your platform? And ArtCloud's never been able to offer that solution, but with SiteBuilder 3, we believe we have, and we've unlocked quite a bit of functionality. So we're real excited to get into some of the specifics here. So again, just to kind of recap, the goal that we set out for was to build an update to our SiteBuilder product that inverts all the formatting control, so it gives you complete control over how all the information is laid out, without losing any of the value of the integrations between your management platform and the website. We accomplished this by introducing 4 new technologies. The first is a tokenization of all of your data. The second is revolutionary layout controls. The third is deep settings or comprehensive settings for every different type of block. And the fourth is real-time visual feedback. And we're going to walk through those one at a time here. The first is tokenization. So we've played around with it and tried to come up with a term that may be a less buzzwordy, but really what it comes down to is tokens are the individual elements of your data. So for example, with an artwork, your tokens are going to be things like your artist name, the title, the medium, the dimensions, et cetera, et cetera. By deconstructing all of the integrations to your website into tokens, we're giving you granular control over each one of these tokens. Uh, this is, I don't want to gloss over this because this has an incredible impact on layout and functionality, especially for people that are really sensitive to typography. Being able to control the font weight, or the if text is italicized, or the kerning, or the individual padding of medium or title or artist. All of these are now controlled in a granular format. And we'll go into some real-time examples in just a little bit. So on the left-hand side here, we have a screenshot of just the inventory token. So being able to see that you can select any one of these tokens, you can control how it's aligned. Is it right aligned, left aligned? Is it bold? What's its font size? How is it grouped with other tokens? On the right, this is a more simple example of the tokens. We're just showing you that we've tokenized not only just your inventory, but your artist bios, your exhibitions, your blogs, etc. So every single bit of information that is piped into your website from our integrations has been tokenized. So no longer do you have to kind of control it all with a blanket formatting options. You really can now dive down into the specifics, and we can invert all those formatting controls to you, the user. This can, by tokenizing an inventory list page, you can then pick exactly how that artwork meta is formatted underneath each page. So changing the font size, changing the justification, altering the weight of a particular token. So altering the weight of the artist name, for example. This is just a tremendous amount of flexibility that this new builder is enabling. The second kind of big breakthrough we've had with this version of the site builder is an expansive list of settings per block. A classic example that we've struggled with historically is, as we've expanded outside the US, a lot of our customers have reminded us that in Europe, the word inquire is spelled with an E and not an I. And it has been awkwardly difficult for us with a template structure to be able to change the inquire now or inquire about this work call to action button on an inventory detail page. Just like simple tweaks like that are hard. And so with the site builder now, we've exposed every setting of every type of block, whether it be a button or artwork or video or paragraph or image. And so this left-hand slide shows you just the settings of a button here. So you can see by clicking on the button, you have all these options available to you. What is the display text? What's the border radius? What are the hover properties? What are the border properties? These are all, hear us talk more and more about the inversion of control. So no longer want to change you don't need to like email our support team and ask our developer to do that, where we put in 3 or 4 days, send you back an email that's been updated, only for you to tell, oh, that's not exactly what I wanted. Can you do this? 2 emails back and forth aren't fun for you or for us. And so as we build intuitive tools for you to take control of your own site, we're really excited to kind of see where that experimentation is going to go so that you guys can really build the sites that are most optimized for your visitors. The screenshot on the right shows our social platform icons block. And again, this just shows kind of the robust functionality that you'll be able to control inside of the site builder. So what color are these social icons? Are they square? Are they circle? Or are they, do they flow horizontally? Which popped in, like all of those have to be overridden on a template are now, again, inverted for you to control.
So the next big, I guess, technical advancement to the site builder is layout control. So historically, you've always had to layer your blocks vertically. So taking an inventory detail block and then putting related artworks underneath there, then the artist bio underneath there. With layout control, we're giving you the ability to create up to 4 columns in any row. And from there, you can put any block in there, whether it be dynamic content, static content, but you'll have complete control of kind of what the horizontal layout of a particular art page looks like. This one feels super nuanced, but it's incredible. And I think will unlock quite a bit of design layout functionality for you. This next bit, I wanted to kind of show you, you'll see this like an animated GIF here to kind of give you this feedback. This is also pretty subtle when you think about kind of the name of it, but when you start experiencing it, I think you'll notice that it's pretty impactful. Historically, when making changes to any CMS system, but also with ArtCloud SiteBuilder 2, I guess you would call our current one, to make an edit to a block, you'd have to kind of hover over the settings of it and then make a kind of some setting changes in that modal and then hit save and then wait for the page to re-render and look at how those settings change and then go back and change it again and again until you got it right. By updating these layouts in real time and putting all the settings, in page on the right-hand side, you can test through these, like the feedback loop is so much tighter. And as you're designing these pages, you get kind of a visual reference so much more quickly. And we think it'll make it much easier for you to experiment on layout and design. So you can start getting a really fine, nuanced look much more quickly. Well, let's see. So with all of that said, we are going to jump into a little bit of a live product demo where we're going to outline a couple of different examples of this. So I'm going to stop my share.
So once you're logged into ArtCloud, this is the familiar dashboard that I think most of you are familiar with. You're going to toggle over to the website builder. Again, if you're not familiar with ArtCloud, it's this easy. You just literally inside of Manager, you flip right over to website. And then in our page templates, we're going to first edit the artist profile page template, and then we're going to edit the inventory detail page template, just as two examples to kind of walk through how easy some of this stuff is. So when we edit our artist profile page template, we're going to pull up this example here. You can see the selected works are already below the work, and then we have our related exhibitions down here. And this is great. You can see this is what it would look like on your live site. But let's say that we feel like the text, the artwork meta text is just a little bit too busy or too bold, and we want to let the imagery stand out on this page a little bit. We're going to just quickly jump over to the artist profile page template in the builder and just quickly show how easy it is to start changing some of these typography settings to make a pretty impactful difference on the artist profile page. So just by clicking on this block, we're going to go into the grid view because this is what view we're looking at. We're going to edit the grid cell. So this is editing an individual component of that view. We're going to select all this text, and you can see all of our options here. We can change the font size. We could adjust the kerning if we wanted to. We're going to tweak the justification so that's left justified. And maybe we want to bold the artist name or whatever else we might want to do. But we can modify font size, save that down. And let's say we want to crop the image so that it's a little bit more uniform of a look across the board. Just by making these small tweaks, when we come back over here to the preview, we're going to refresh this, and you can see how impactful of a difference that made just in there. So again, just with some minor modifications, this is something that historically could have taken a week of back and forth with your developer to get right. But let's say we wanted to add a little bit of margin too. Maybe we felt like those images were a little bit too close together. We wanted to have a little bit of space so that each artwork could kind of breathe a little bit. We can just add the padding right there, and then we'll add 20 pixels of padding as well to the artwork meta just to keep it consistent. So then, again, just by making a few modifications to the builder, we're going to refresh our live screen, and all of a sudden now our images have a little bit more breathing room. So this just shows you how quickly you can modify the artwork. Now looking at the related recent exhibitions or exhibitions for this artist, you can see this is certainly not an ideal layout. So let's jump in here. Maybe we want to change the column count from 5 to 3, just to give a little bit more even distribution for these. And if we wanted to, again, make any modifications to the typography here, we can do that as well. So you see me selecting the title. I can change font size, underline it, bold it, whatever I might want to do. Any kind of text transforms, if we want to capitalize it or make it all uppercase, things like that. And then again, just another example of a token here. These are the dates of the exhibition have been tokenized. So you can modify their layout completely independently of all the other information. So we're gonna, just tweak the font size right here. Set that to 10, just see how that looks. Maybe it's a little bit too small, but you can get the sense that, again, we're now inverting all of these controls so that you have complete customization over how they look. And we just got to quickly save. And coming back over to the live example with a refresh, now all of a sudden you see your updates immediately in real time. So again, just minor tweaks with the builder, and it can have a huge impact on the way your artist profile page is laid out. Now, if we want to jump to the inventory detail page, um, I like to spend a lot of time thinking about inventory detail pages. In a lot of ways, this is the most important page on your website. If you are doing all the work to get people to your site, you're making it easy for them to discover work, browse work. By the time they get to a specific artwork detail page, this is kind of the point for you to really convert them to a lead, to a purchase, to an inquiry in some capacity, right? This is where you're going to have your most valuable call to actions. And so let's spend some energy here. So we're jumping into the layout configurations. You can see that we can vertically align our artwork metadata just to keep it a little bit more balanced with the inventory image. Again, we can drill down into the meta here and have all of our typography settings. So we're going to tweak our font sizes to be a little bit more consistent with where we're looking for. If we go into a particular button, again, kind of exposing all of those settings for a button, we could change the display text to, the English spelling of inquire, or maybe you want to be a little bit more literal, and try that out. Again, the other example or other instance of how this makes your site so much more powerful and effective is that you can experiment and you can really learn what types of call to actions are going to resonate most with your client base. So, for example, if you wanted to, tweak the text or what the display text is, or in this example, we're going to change the background color to make it a little bit more enticing or to grab a little bit more attention. Now, when we refresh this, instead of this kind of boring uh, page here, now all of a sudden we have a lot more, I guess, visual interest, and we're really highlighting that inquiries CTA. Um, all that to say, we still have all of our tools. So again, all of these formatting options have not taken away any of the integrations or other tools inside of the builder. We have all of our virtual install functionality where any client that finds your work can virtually install the artwork. They could choose their own background. They could save that down. You can just tweak where those buttons are. You can move that virtual install anywhere you want and trigger it however you think is best. So again, I hope you enjoyed this demo, the product demo of the builder, and got a sense of how easy it is to make modifications to your site. Let's jump right back in to wrap up our presentation.
The other kind of huge point here is that we're just getting started with this concept. So we are so excited and committed to this idea of inverting control to you, the user, to kind of completely take control of your data, that we've been secretly working on the same level of functionality in the email campaign builder. So within a few months, you'll be able to have complete control of all of your typography, all of your text, all of your widgets. Everything will be, all the formatting options in the email campaign will be completely exposed in our campaign builder without losing any of those integrations available. And we're really, really excited about that. We also have some much more ambiguous ideas in the works around this concept, but something that we think is highly impactful, and we're very, very excited to see how far we can take it. Before we kind of wrap up and get into some questions, I just want to give a big thank you to the ArtCloud team. We started the whole presentation with kind of recounting our 10-year birthday, and one of the coolest things that has happened, other than proving my dad right that it would work, is the number of people that have committed their passions and their life to this mission. We're so I'm so grateful to have this many amazing human beings that are working on it, and the site builder is truly a culmination of every one of these people putting their hearts and souls into this company and this product. This is everything from the feedback we get from customers and distilling that into action items, and our engineering team finding magical ways to build tools that you can't like Google the solution to, and our sales team, being the ears of what prospects are really looking for and what they're trying to accomplish. The SiteBuilder 3.0 is really a kind of a culmination of our entire team working together, and I think it just speaks volume to like how powerful this team is, and just so grateful to have them all helping push this vision forward. So with all of that said, if there's any questions, we will happily answer the ones we can.
Yeah, we've already gotten a couple of great questions, so thank you all. Greg is asking, do we have more control over campaign design edits?
Absolutely. So not on day one of the website builder being launched, but we have been in parallel for the past 6 months developing the same functionality in campaigns, and we expect those to become live momentarily after the release of SiteBuilder 3.
Great. Thanks, Greg. And Lauren Davis asked, will we lose access to the previous types of design widgets?
No, all the previous widgets will be restored or part of the site builder, as well as more. And then each widget that has previously existed will just have more formatting options. So that's the other kind of thing that I'm very excited about, is that we have taken away no functionality, but added quite a bit of power for every element of the site builder.
Maybe a related question. Maria Hansen is asking about the sold works, if she still has the ability to distinguish when works are sold.
Absolutely. Yeah, all of the functionality in terms of the integration. So that was so pivotal as we think about like what makes a great site builder. We wanted just to add more power in formatting and control and layout while maintaining every bit of integration that we've always had. And if not, start adding more. And I think you'll see even more integrations introduced into the platform over the next 6 months.
Emily West is asking when the SiteBuilder 3.0 will be available.
Great question. It is available now for anyone that wants to opt into it. Just reach out to the customer support team and they will opt you into a beta. There's a little bit of a migration process that's pretty seamless. And over the next week or two, we'll be rolling it out to every one of our users dynamically. But if you want early access, just inquire to the support team and they'll get you in the beta group.
Great. There's also a question, will we be able to include individual videos for individual artworks?
Absolutely. So with we didn't showcase this at all, but a lot of our customers, especially with all kind of the advent of all of these augmented reality applications and virtual reality of exhibitions, a lot of people have been working with third-party companies to get virtual walkthroughs of their shows and videos of artist interviews. And through our media manager, you can add any kind of dynamic content like that to particular dynamic pages like inventory pages or artist profile pages.
Great. Another question from Anya. Hello. Can we edit a text on the hero image of the home page so it's not just in the middle? I think she's asking specifically if she can add like a button to the slider.
Yeah.
Homepage.
Thank you, Anya, for asking that, because that is probably one of the largest complaints we have ever had from customers is the lack of control over the slideshow widget. And it is such a hard problem to solve, but our amazing engineering team have completely solved it with the site builder revamp. So you'll have granular control, so much control over your slideshow, from the way that caption text is laid out to many more formatting options of it, where that text is, if there's buttons on it, how many slides are in it, what the animation effect is, what the, if you want to auto play that animation, there's a tremendous amount of functionality available now for that slideshow.
Yeah, Lauren Davis has a good question. Do we have to redesign every page, or will old pages maintain their formatting until they're updated later?
I think some of our developers have lost a little bit of their hair, but they have successfully come up with what we believe is a flawless migration. So no pages will have to be rebuilt. As you migrate to the new site builder, every component should come over perfectly. And if you have any problems, just reach out to our support team and we can address them on a case-by-case basis. But we've done a ton of work on the QA side to ensure that every page migrates seamlessly into the new site builder infrastructure.
Alex, do you have time to touch on the pricing of the site builder?
I do. Please direct all pricing questions to Melanie. I believe the pricing, a trick
question.
The pricing, I'm very bad with dollars, but I believe the pricing for
ranges from 49 to
49. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Yeah. I was trying to give you a softball question.
Yeah, it's not a softball. On me. Numbers are not good.
Yeah, I'll take another real question. Mike is asking, if I get a website with you guys, will it be safe?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So a lot of times galleries and artists ask us about data integrity and site security, and we kind of bundle those two questions, or bundle that question into two buckets. And the first is just the overall security from malicious actors. So as people try to hacking and usurping your domain. So all of our sites come with a included for free SSL certificate, and that ensures that all of the traffic to and from your website is wrapped with like that little SSL kind of icon in the URL. It's the same security and encryption that you would have when you log into your bank account. Additionally, all of your data is encrypted behind the scenes in the database as well. So a huge commitment to security and confidentiality for the ArtCloud platform.
Another question from a current customer is, if we already have a website with you, is there an additional fee for the new site builder?
No, this is included in your current subscription. So this will be just an incremental update that you will start seeing either if you opt into the beta group or in the next week or two as we roll it out to all of our customers.
And Alex, can you touch a little bit on the mobile responsive design and how the new site builder deals with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are parts of the site builder that where we give you granular control over exactly what the mobile view will look like. So things like your header and your footer, things that you've never been able to edit before. You know, in the past with ArtCloud site builder and with most template builders, you kind of pick your template and the header and footer are static and they're just gonna be what they're gonna be. With the site builder update, you'll actually have granular control over how your header and footer look in mobile views. Outside of that, all the kind of body content of these pages will dynamically respond to any device size. So tablets, phones, not only will they respond in terms of formatting, but also will load different size images for phones and things like that to kind of have them load optimally.
Jenny is asking about the ability to decide how artists are ordered on the artist pages.
Right now, we support the ordering of artists through some tags and through alphabetically, but in time, we will be able to surface more granular control over this formatting. But if you have any specific issues that you're trying to accomplish, we have a lot of creative tactics to get you kind of what you're looking for. So just reach out to our support team and we'll be happy to help.
And Alex, if a gallery doesn't have the time or the manpower to create their own site and make all of these tweaks, what does ArtCloud offer in the way of custom sites?
For sure, we offer complete white glove services for custom website solutions. So reach out to Melanie or to our support team, and they're happy to give you a quote for a custom website build.
Great. It looks like a couple of questions are specific to manager collateral things. So if your question wasn't answered today, I'd say I'd direct you to our support team. That's also where our current customers can get in touch, get more details, start trialing out our site builder. But I have to say the team's really excited about this, and we can't wait to see what our current customers and our future customers do with these really powerful tools. We're very excited about having some of the best gallery websites with the most unique, beautiful branding. So thank you, Alex, today for all of your energy and efforts.